Well, the last section was extremely short. This one's going to be a bit more lengthy. We're going to do some long division. Fun stuff. I'm sure you're all looking forward to it. So when we do polynomial long division, we're doing the same thing as when we started long division back in, I don't know, what was it, 4th grade? I think that's when I did it. I can't believe I remember that. But sometime in elementary school, you learned how to do long division. And just to show you what long division looked like and why what we're getting ready to do is similar, we take 2 and say, how many times does it go into 3? So we take our number on the outside and divide into the first number on the inside. Well, 2 goes into 3 1 and then some remainder times, so we won't worry about that. So it goes evenly, or, well, not evenly, but at most 1 time. Then we multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. The next step is to subtract. 3 times 2 is 1. Bring down the next number. Then we ask ourselves, well, how many times does 2 go into 15? Well, let's see, it would go at most 7, and then we'll have some remainder, right? So 7 goes here. 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract. Bring down the last number. And divide again. The reason I'm doing this over here to the right, you'll see why in a minute. So again, we have 7 with some remainder. 2 times 7 is 14. And subtract. And we have a remainder of 1. So we get 177 with a remainder of 1 as our answer. The same idea is used when we do long division with polynomials. Okay, so let's see. We're going to take 6x squared minus 26x plus 12 and divide it by x minus 4. So, we're taking the first number into the first number. Got it? So this is where I'm going to go out to the side, and I'm going to say 6x squared is divisible by x how many times? Okay? Well, if we reduce this, then we'll get 6x, right? So that's how I get the number that goes there. You can do it in your head. 6x squared divided by x is 6x. How many times does x go into 6x squared? 6x times. But sometimes it's helpful to do this over to the side so you make sure you don't make a mistake. Then 6x times x better be 6x squared. If it's not, you've done something wrong. And then 6x times negative 4 is negative 24x. Then just like in regular long division, we subtract. So I'm going to change my signs here. We'll have negative 2x and bring down the plus 12. So now I go over to the side and say, well, negative 2x is divisible by x how many times? That would reduce to be negative 2. So up here goes our negative 2, and we multiply back through. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. And we subtract, so change the sign. Gives us a 4 down there. So our answer is 6x minus 2 with a remainder of 4. Now, how is this problem different? We've got x squared plus 4, and we're going to divide that by x plus 1. There's a catch here, okay? Notice how there's not an x value in here. There's an x squared, there's a 4 without an x, but there's not a term with an x in it. If you have any numbers missing, any terms missing in between, you have to add them in. So we have to put a 0x here, okay? If we started with, you don't have to write this down. Let's say we had, then when you divided, you would have to put a 0x squared plus 0x plus 5. We put a 0 everywhere that there is not a term going down from the exponents, okay? So we have to have our 0x there. And then we can start going through and doing our long division. So x squared divided by x is x. How many times does x go into x squared? X. Multiply through, x times x is x squared. X times 1 is x. Subtract. So we change our sign. 0x minus 1x is negative 1x. Bring down the plus 4. And how many times does x go into negative x? Negative 1 times. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Subtract. So we change our sign. And we get 5. So we have x minus 1 with a remainder of 5 is our solution.